Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the week of December 11 through 17, 2023. This is a reading for you if you are a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, or have another significant Taurus placement in your chart. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you enjoy these readings, please do consider subscribing to the channel and do like these videos and give me a comment. That would be very, very helpful. And if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to have you back again. I'm using the Cartouche deck to do these readings. This is the Way of Cartouche, Marie Hope's Way of Cartouche. And I'm also going to clarify with a tarot deck. And the tarot deck I'm clarifying with this week is the Mother Peace Round tarot deck. So I'm going to draw those cards now to clarify what Taurus needs to know for this week. I'm doing an astrological horoscope spread, which goes house by house. And so each house, if you're not familiar with these readings, has a particular aspect that it focuses on. Because as each sign has its own personality and attributes, each house has also, it corresponds to what we see in the house system here. And if you're not familiar, you'll see how that works pretty soon. So let's move on here. Let's see what we got. I'm just trying to get a sense so far of where we're at. This is very interesting because we are seeing some changes, perhaps to home or to job. There seems to be some new beginnings that are coming up here for you this week, Taurus. So let's see what we have. Numerically, we have a few fives, so that is a card, that is a number of change. Okay. All right, so let's begin at the beginning here. The first house is Aries energy, and Aries is about you. It's about the I am energy, how your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how you brand yourself, how you want others to see you. Okay, so you've got Lotus here first of all in the first house. And so when Lotus shows up, I'm sorry, the sun's behind me here, so you're gonna see the backing of the card. When Lotus comes up, this means that you may be stressed about something, okay? You may be stressed about what others are thinking about you, or what you're seeing. Maybe you're visibly showing people that you are a bit frazzled. So this indicates the need for calming the mind. When we see Lotus, there's a need for calming the mind, and we have it with the High Priestess. So the High Priestess indicates that you may be pulling back a little bit too. There may be a need to withdraw, rely on your own intuition with regard to things. The Priestess kind of it conceals things. So I feel like you may be in a mode right now where you kind of maybe being a little more secretive or keeping to yourself, and it could be because you're feeling a bit stressed out. So so there may be a need here to deal with the energy of worry of some type, or at least just of stress. Second house is your house, Taurus, is the house of money, possessions, and what and your values. This is strong Venus energy. So I'll try to put this card behind it so we don't have that. You have Bast, okay? And Bast is the happiness card. So there may be money being spent recently on socializing or going out. This does seem to be a time where you want to have some happiness, let your hair down a little bit, enjoy. And you have it with the Three of Swords. Yeah, because the Three of Swords seems to indicate this is an energy of separation. So you may have been, again, this is the house of finance, so you may have been cutting yourself off recently. Maybe you feel you haven't had enough money to go out and to do things or to be with people. Or maybe recently there's been a financial arrangement that's been severed. Maybe you've left a job, or maybe something has changed here that in that particular situation. So what I would often say is, when the Three of Swords comes up, there's a healing process that's going on with something usually, and perhaps a need to create new connections here. And Bast, as a piece of advice, would be saying this is a situation where you might want to be a little cautious, but also to follow your intuition, because Bast is very much connected to intuitive knowing. But of course, whatever decisions you make, you want to be happy with them. I mean, Bast fundamentally to me is about happiness. So to see it in this house, I feel like there may be a situation where you've kind of got to go with the feel. Seeing the High Priestess also in this first house, I'm feeling very strongly right now like you're not, you're Taurus, you've got Uranus and Taurus right now, okay, if you're a sun sign Taurus. And so your usual plotting, methodical, planning, practical way of doing things is kind of been flushed down the toilet right now. I mean, it's just not. Uranus in your sign, and has been in your sign since 2019, possibly even a little bit before that. I know I'm a Taurus, and it certainly affected me since 2019. I feel like situations where you want to have something concrete, where you want to see the next check, where you want to see this and that, that may not be the case. Okay, it may be, that may not be what's going on here. You may feel, you may be feeling a little bit like you're cut off, or like you're a C, or not, and that's not a state that Taurus likes to be in. Taurus always likes to have their next move planned, and you may be forced to rely a little bit more on your intuition at this point in time. So take that all as it resonates. Third house is Gemini energy, so this has to do with messages. If you own your own business, or you're trying to start your own business, this is also the house of self-effort, so I feel like this has to do with that. Communication in general, and potentially also with siblings. This is the house having to do with brothers and sisters. So again, general reading, take what works and leave the rest. Okay, so we have Sirius here, and Sirius is the card of, this is a card of opening your mind. It's a card of work that has to be put in. So I feel like there needs to be an effort. I feel like it has to do with innovation when it comes to either something you're doing with your business or with the way you're expressing or communicating yourself. You may need to think outside the box, do something a little bit different. When Sirius shows up, it generally is it's Aquarian type energy. So it's the idea of innovating, doing something different. Who knows, maybe even AI is part of the picture, because that certainly would bring in that kind of communication technology. But there's definitely the sense of doing something different here, and we have it with the Temperance card. So the Temperance again is about keeping things into balance, about integrating things. So this says to me that to see this with Sirius tells me that things may be a mixed bag. You maybe have good things coming in, maybe good messages, or good things happening with your business, and also maybe things that are not so good. And the question is, how do you balance those things out? How do you integrate those things and successfully turn it into something that that turns into a strength rather than a weakness? Temperance to me is always about like alchemy. It's about bringing together. You see this person, they're looking at this shaman type person is standing on a shore where there's water, but there's also fire. It's a bringing of water and fire together and in harmony. Okay, and so that's an aspect of what's going on right now. If you're not having in your own business, maybe this has to do with sibling relationships, and it may also just have to do with messages you've been getting from people in general. Okay. Fourth house here, this is Cancer energy. This is home, environment. This is your family. And it's interesting because you have air here. So air indicates changes. For some people, this literally means moving. But if you're not planning a move, this would have to do then, there's just some kind of a clean out or clear out or a change around that's going to be happening. Air can come up when you say you want to redecorate your house. But this can also have to do with family. So there could be a family situation where there's something's changing, or communications within the family. There could be movement, there could be change. What's interesting is you have the Two of Wands with it. And the Two of Wands is usually a card of decision. But in this particular deck, you see the woman, and she's thinking about this other woman, and this woman is a grandmother figure. So I don't know, this could also indicate communications about, this is the house of the mother as well. So you could be thinking about your mother, your grandmother, or somebody like that. That may be something on your mind right now very heavily for whatever reason. And there does seem to be this indication of communication and change with respect to that. So take that as it resonates. Or as I said, some of you may well be moving, and maybe part of that decision has to do with family or family situations. Okay, fifth house is Leo energy, and this has to do with creativity, children, and potentially love affairs. And wow, you've got Horus with the Nine of Cups. Okay, Horus is a card of creativity and healing and success and being recognized. Okay, and the fact that it's showing up in the creativity house is great, because if you're working on a creative project, then this can mean that it's something that's going to be successful and visible to people. If it's not a creative project, this could have to do with a situation having to do with a love affair. This could have to do with healing a situation. Sometimes family is also involved with Horus. Sometimes it could be a family member who's influencing a situation. I don't know. And again, as I mentioned, this may also have to do with children. So take it as it resonates. But Horus overall, if it's not actually about creativity, it's definitely a card of healing and of, this is the house of leisure as well. So I feel like this may be about taking some time out for yourself, and maybe spending more time with family. Again, it's going to be different for everybody here. To have it with the Nine of Cups here, though, this is the card of satisfaction, of wishes fulfilled. So this suggests to me that, yeah, there's something coming here. Maybe it's a love relationship if you're single, and maybe now you're going to finally get your wish in terms of love or somebody that you are in love with. Horus does actually have strong Leo energy attached, so it could be somebody who's Leo. It doesn't have to be. But there's definitely a chance for a wish fulfillment here, either surrounding a creative project, a love affair, or a child. So take that as it resonates, but that's actually a very good set of cards to have there. Sixth house is Virgo energy, and Virgo has to do with your health, has to do with any mental anxieties you may have, potentially a job, sometimes domestic animals as well. Okay, and we have Isis with, and we have it with the Five of Discs or Five of Pentacles. I always like this version of the Five of Pentacles because it's showing a woman making tortillas, and the energy of this card is preventing energy from turning into worry, okay? So there does seem to be an element of worry with this card. Five of Discs usually has to do with financial concerns, but it can also just be general worry. We have it with Isis. So again, when I see this over here, this could be a thought or a concern about somebody's mother. I don't know, because Isis is very strongly the mother card. But it also has energies of the High Priestess as well. There's this idea of something that needs to be unveiled, or something that needs to be nurtured, or just a situation in which you have to be patient. And that does go along with this energy here of making tortillas. It's this idea that you are patiently, you don't, right now you may have a lot of energy and you don't want it to turn into worry. We see a lot of worry over here in the first house. Keeping yourself busy to some degree. So whether a job is keeping you busy, whether you're being busy with pets or something, because this is the house of pets, or whether or not this is just generally telling you how to deal with your worries. And maybe a situation that requires patience right now, whether it has to do with family or not. And all you can do is be patient and just keep on keeping on, keep doing what you're doing, and try not to worry. Seventh house is Libra energy, and that has to do with relationships, partnerships of all kinds that are usually legalized. So like a marriage, business partnership that may be more formal, but usually any real significant relationship. Sometimes it has to do with legal matters, but that is more in the ninth house, which we'll get to. So we have Ta with the Magician. Okay, so Ta is strong Capricorn energy, and the Magician is Mercury. There's definitely this idea of manifestation here. Ta, for some of you, okay, this could indicate a male who's significant in your life, whether this is a business partner, whether this person is a partner, like I said, marriage partner, or just somebody significant. Ta is strong male energy, and excuse me, strong sense of building something, or you may be in the process of building up a relationship, or growing a relationship situation. Excuse me. I'm sorry. All of a sudden I have a tickle in my throat. And you have it with the Magician. So yeah, there's this energy of something new, something that's being manifested. And when I see the Magician here, wow, I'm not sure what that means. Could be for some of you Taurians. It's drawing particular attention to your relationship situation. But there's definitely this idea of moving from something that may be an idea to something that is more manifest. So, so I don't know. There's definitely this idea of a relationship that's being built and manifested here, regardless of whether it's a marriage, whether it has to do with a business partnership or some other significant kind of partnership. Or this could be something, if you are already married, that your own partner is doing. So take it as it resonates. Eighth house, Scorpio energy here. And this is about transformation. So this is about life, death, birth, death, sex, the occult. I mean, there's a bunch of things associated with this house. Also other people's money. And we have Nephthys with the Eight of Cups. Okay. Nephthys always appears when there is a situation on the horizon that we don't know about. And it's usually a karmic situation, especially in one of these houses. It's saying there's some situation that you don't know about yet, and it's not going to tell you. However, we do have it with the Ace of Cups. So this could be new love for some people. It could just be a new emotional beginning of some kind, because cups always have to do, and water always has to do with emotions. And, particularly, it can particularly have to do with love, but again, depending on your situation, it doesn't have to. It can just be the new start of something that you do love, or where you do feel an emotional connection. We've seen all of this worry here, but there seems to be a chance for a new start here. Seeing all this manifestation energy in the 7th house, it's entirely possible that for some of you, you are manifesting a new love, and maybe this is saying it's coming, but isn't quite here yet. Overall, though, whether this has to do with love or not, Nepenthes does indicate that it's kind of a sneak preview or a cliffhanger saying, something's just around the corner and to be continued. So I feel like this is a situation where you are still waiting for something to happen. And that's interesting in light of this making tortillas. It's like you've got this anxiety here. I feel like that something is about to change. And it's saying it's not quite here yet. It's still around the corner. So, and the specifics of it are something that it won't tell you. Like if I was to do an extra spread saying, okay, what's this thing that's right around the corner? Most of the time, especially if I get cards like Thoth that suggest that there's something karmic about it, it would be saying, sorry, there's a reason why we're not telling you this right now. You've just got to be aware that some transformation is coming, but it seems like it's it's going to bring the possibility of a new beginning, a new emotional beginning, certainly of some type. Okay, so let's look at the 9th house. This is Sagittarius energy, and this has to do with long distance travel. It has to do with higher education, so universities, colleges, things like that. Can have to do with legal matters. It can have to do with institutions that are formal spiritual institutions of some kind. So whatever religion you might practice or whatever your philosophy of life is, that would all be connected to Sag. And you have Pyramid with the 2 of discs. Okay, so I feel like somebody is like keeping a lot of plates spinning here. Maybe some of you were college students, or if you're like myself, you're a college professor, and maybe you are right now like in the throes of trying to balance like different classes, trying to finish things up. That's a possibility here. And Pyramid, of course, just says time will resolve all, which is nice. I mean, it's saying, you're kind of going through a bit of a test period right now, but that will be sorted out. If you are not somebody who's in that particular situation, there's still nonetheless this idea of something connected to these areas, something connected to, again, it could be a religious institution, could have to do with a legal matter that is, there's a lot of different things to be done, and eventually everything will get sorted. Or it could even be, preparing for a long trip. There's some stuff to be sorted out. That's the basic message, I would say. There's a lot there may be a lot of different aspects to something that you're juggling right now, but ultimately you just need to kind of hang in there and you will get there. Okay. 10th house is Capricorn energy, and Capricorn is about your career, fame, reputation. Career as opposed to just a job. Sometimes we just take jobs to make money. Career, and this is more about your talents and how you're using them in the world. It's the old, what I'm doing when I grow up kind of thing. And you have water with the 5 of Cups. Okay, so there's a let go of something here. I'm looking down over here. Yeah, I see this 3 of Swords over here. So some of you may have definitely left a job. There may be some regret about that. Or maybe there's a feeling of, looking at what you don't have rather than looking at what you have. Water here definitely does seem to indicate a movement or change in a situation. So it could be a loss or change of job, or it could just even be just a change. You're not necessarily losing your job, but maybe doing something different now, or there's been some kind of significant change and maybe you liked it better the way it was before. Or like I said, this just could be a time where if you're feeling disconnected from sources of finance, especially like if you're in your own business or something like that, then it may be saying, again, that the advice here would be let go of the past. The past is done and look towards what new opportunities and what you have. So yeah, definite changes here, whether you're actually in, leaving a job or not. it does feel like that you're going to be making some changes. And again, seeing this Ace of Cups here, and there's a lot of cup energy, you may be moving more towards something that is more emotionally fulfilling rather than just something, a career option that you feel that you need to do for practical reasons, which is also very typical of this Uranus and Taurus energy. Okay, so now we have the 11th house. This is Aquarius energy. This is friendships, your networks, your hopes, wishes, and goals. Okay, and you've got Priestess of Cups with the Scarab. Okay, so this is a new beginning. This could be new friendships, new networks, starting something new, or it could just be a new hope or wish or a new goal. Having it with the Priestess of Cups. Okay, again, this is definitely moving towards something more emotional, something more fulfilling. The Priestess, this could be moving towards, there could be a relationship that's moving towards a love relationship, okay? Doesn't have to be, but it does feel like there's going to be some kind of a change or a new beginning in this area. And yeah, I feel like these are new goals, but there could be certain people, perhaps, this Priestess of Cups could even be an individual person, okay, who, again, somebody, strong water energy with this. So it could be somebody who is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but it doesn't have to be. It feels like there's somebody here who may be helping you move towards what it is, that you love, or towards a love situation. And there does feel like there's going to be some kind of a new beginning or a change, either to a friendship or either to your goals. 12th house is Pisces energy, and this has to do with what's hidden, what we might be afraid of, what's in the imagination. I mean, this is all subconscious stuff. Yeah, you've got the moon there. The moon is most definitely the 12th house card, but you got it with the crook and flail. So I don't know. The moon here suggests to me, like, I'm seeing a lot of this down here as well. I'm seeing the High Priestess. I'm seeing Bastet. Seeing cards of worry, and there definitely is this need to tap into intuition. The moon says that things are not clear right now, and you are worried about that lack of clarity. It may be undermining your confidence. It may be making you feel like, I'm not being seen, or that I can't do this. And this is saying, you need to, again, there's this definite message of go with the flow of your intuition right now, even though that may not be something that you, as a Taurus sun, I mean, it depends on your other chart aspects too, but certainly this may not be something that you're comfortable or is as, natural to you as a Taurus, because you want to see, you prefer to work in facts, you prefer to work in things. So remember, for right now, just keep this energy from turning into worry. Just keep plodding along with whatever it is that you're doing. Try not to lose confidence here. Yeah, because overall you have the Two of Swords with Hathor. And the Two of Swords is about feeling like you're in a stalemate, like you're in a waiting game right now. And Hathor, to me, has a very similar energy to what this card means. Get organized. Get yourself together. Get your house in order. Get ready for these changes, like declutter, plant seeds for where it is that you want to go. But right now, there's definitely, and also with Nephthys in the 7th house, there's definitely a bit of a waiting game right now. Like something is about to happen, and you just need to keep plodding along, keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to see where these changes are coming in soon enough. So that's your reading for this week, Taurus. I hope this was helpful. Do leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you do enjoy these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.